Hi gang, how you doing? Stephen Mayer here again, to share another wee story. I like sharing wee stories, and as I'll always say, just part of the routine. If you don't like what you're seeing, please unfollow or unfriend or block. Yeah, I'll still talk to you in the street. Remember, this is on a computer. I want to talk to you about a situation that I was in. This one's about me, right? And I worked so hard, by the way, to get my sports remedial, sports Swedish massage and sports remedial qualifications. I think all in it took me about 2.5 years, three years, something like that. A long time, right? And it was very hard work, very hard work. Now, before we go any further, I'm not want to discredit anybody here. If it sounds that way, then I take it back. Remember, we all see things different ways. Um, this has been in my head for about a day, and no, it's in a bitter thing or whatever. But I just thought, I think I'll put this up as a to let folks see that you can't let others really get to you. Because I'm going to do a wee add on at the end of this, right? So it took me about maybe roughly 3 years to get this qualification, and my God, it was tough. I mean, anybody that's into sports therapy, massage therapy, it is hard going. Origin, insertion, and bones, and muscles, and movements, and it's hard work, very hard work. And I walked in there as a personal trainer thinking I sort of knew it. No knew it, but sort of knew it. I knew nothing, by the way. I knew absolutely nothing. So I was on the course, and it was quite tough, right? So I always remember this cropped up. I might share this story. Now, as I say, I'm not to slag anybody. I just want to have this wee story out there. And this was actually an ex of mine tonight. So, and it could be a million people, by the way. So, typical Mersey, right? No ashamed to say that, I've had a million folk in my life. So it could be anybody. So I'm not singling one person out, and this person knows who they are anyway. But and I always remember one day, a very bad day, very bad day, and I felt as though everything I was answering was wrong. Everything I was massaging was wrong. I was hurting somebody, or I would need this, I would need doing that. I remember my lecturer saying to me, "What's wrong with you?" And I was like, I don't know. It was just one of the days. I couldn't put it together. So I always remember I was with this guy, and this guy was a Polish, right? And he's going to be retiring. He's an inspector, and he's going to be retiring. But he wanted to have something new, something else new in his life, right? Remember, this is no soppy story. Please take that on board. Anybody knows Stevie Mayer? I'm not a soppy guy, blah blah blah, right? So it could be relevant to something in your life, by the way. And every video I do as well, it's people can take stories for this, and I know you do take stories for this. And I was with this guy, right? Blah blah blah. No say his name. And this that. So, and even he spotted it. He's like, you know yourself already. You're always full of carry on, Stephen. I says, I know, one of the days. Blah blah blah. No say his name. Just one of the days, mate. So bell goes, school. Anyway, it's the end of the day, right? And I thought, my God, that day felt like 40 hours. It felt like 40 hours. An 8 hour shift felt like 40 hours, right? So I remember coming out and sitting in the motor. I remember sitting in the motor and going, oh, God. All I wanted to hear was my woman's voice. That was all I wanted to hear, right? I didn't want to hear nothing else. Didn't want to see anybody else. I just wanted to hear her voice. And that was it. We're not looking for bad comments here, people. We're not looking for that. This is just relevant to what I'm going to build up at the end of it. So I remember starting the motor, gets on the motorway, because it was Glasgow Uni I was at, right? And I remember I phoned her up, and I says, how you doing? She goes, how's your day? And I says, oh God, man, it was a hard day. But she was never interested in that, right? She's never interested in hard days. That didn't bother her. What bothered her is that I was on a massage course. Now, I'd done this before, other courses before, I'd even been there, you know what I mean? And it's all part of my job and what I do, right? And I remember her saying to me, so, who were you with today? That meant, were you with a female, right? It didn't mean anything else. And I just says, no, I was with so-and-so. And she's like, oh, right. I said, he's an inspector, and he's on the master's course. And she says, what does he plan to go to that? That guy's on a good pension. Why does he want to do that? And I went, I don't know, really. I think the guy wants to try something new out, doesn't he? And she says, do you know something? That's a course for paedophiles and perverts. do you know, I'm going to admit this, right? And it's not a sob story, and I'm not looking for, you're a great guy, or this or that below, or I'm not looking for that. It just shows you what people can be like, by the way, when you put your trust in somebody. And I remember I says to her, oh, hold on now, I'll phone you back 5 minutes. A call coming through, right? Do you know, I put that phone down. And I would say from Glasgow to Motherwell, near enough, I could have stopped greeting. And I could have stopped greeting that the person that I was in love with would think that. Would think that about me, would think that about my course, would think that about my future. And this is a person that I done everything for. I mean, I done everything for her. Blah, blah, blah. One minute to slag day, please. I keep stating this here, right? Because it's a relevant story that I like to put out there with people, you know. It's actually my mate that says to me, do this story, because he likes it. And I was absolutely gutted that somebody that was in my heart thought that in me and thought that in my future and everything for there, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, I knew the end of time was gone. It was this is going to go. That's another story. But see, when people are linked in with people, right? Whether it's boyfriend, girlfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend, 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 girlfriend, girlfriend. Remember, we need to be PC these days. Whatever, right? Whatever. See, no matter how much you are in love with somebody, see if that person is no backing you up, no giving you, but within reason, don't get me wrong, because some things kind of come upside down a wee bit. But see if that person is no backing you up in your future, your education, what you want out of your life, and this and that, and blah, 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 and they see the studying that goes into it, the motivation that goes into it. These people don't have a part in your life, by the way. They don't have a part in your life. And I don't care, and I don't care what they're like in bed or whatever, this or that, you know, because I know folk out there will say, oh, I can't be without him or without her because they're amazing at this and that. Hey, it doesn't matter. See, when you start to scramble that up there, you want to get rid of it. So no matter where you are and what you're doing, I want you to have a very good drive and don't stop. And I don't care if you're mother, father, brother, sister, son, daughter, cousins, whoever, relations, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, tells you, no, that's not bubba. See if your drive is very, very strong for this. You don't stop. You absolutely don't stop. I'm sitting now with the qualifications on the wall there, and I'm very, very proud of. And I'll tell you right now, that took me a lot of work, and they're major qualifications. I love my job, love it, and I do about it for there. But what would have happened if I'd have just decided I'm not going to do the rest of that course? I'll just bow down to what she wanted, and I'll just leave it. Now remember, there's females on here can say the exact same with males. It's just because I'm a male talking on the phone. Video. Please don't give up your dream. I'm actually begging everybody, and most folk on this my Facebook I don't even know. I've got 3,500 here, I don't even know. But so far I've had any jip, so I'm asking all you to go for your goal in life, and do not let anybody tear that goal down. I had no hassle getting rid of that person. I had absolutely none of that. I was quite happy with it. And then I found the energy level, because I'm very spiritual, and spiritual is not a religion in any way or form. And I knew that when this person was gone, that frequency, energy, vibrations, and everything went through the roof. It was amazing. I felt as though, that day was meant to happen. And have you ever had days like that? Have you ever just sat there and went, why is this happening to me? I want you to really sit down, open up, think to yourself, get a wee corner somewhere and say, this is meant to happen. There's a reason for this. There's an absolute reason for this. Please be you. Please don't let anybody rule your life that way. It nearly happened to me. And I would have lost thousands of pounds for a start. My future would never have been where it is now, and offer somebody that just can't hack it. So, you can tell me what you think about this wee video below. Can you relate to it? If you want to send me a private mail, I will chat back to you, no problem. I always delete my private mails anyway. I never store messages on that. But how many folk can relate to this? And nobody's names is ever mentioned. If anybody sends me a private mail, I never mention anybody's name. And it's how many folk can relate to this and say, you know what, you're right. That was, I feel as though, and I never got it, and I never done it, all because they wanted or they didn't want it, whatever for there. So listen, it's Wednesday. I hope you're all doing well and everything. I'm not going to say hope you're well and all that because I don't know. I just something about that part I don't like. Hope you're all right anyway. You know what I mean? But Stevie Mayer out and another video in a couple of days, or maybe tomorrow.